BKS presents You Can Draw with Stef Wilson and Kerry Ann.
All right, get out your sketch pads. Man, if you haven't been here before, this is the part of the show where you can grab a sketch pad or piece of paper, a notebook. Napkin, whatever you want to draw on. This is the part of the show where I move my whoopee around so I can get some. Welcome to the Peanut Gallery. It's Pinky in the Brain. I know it looks a little plain, but we're going to put some background. We're going to put some...
Oh, Matt, you don't have to draw well. You just have to draw.
Yeah, just have fun with it. We're gonna show you what to do.
You don't even have to share it, but it's fun.
Yeah, you don't have to share it.
We like to see them, though. We're
going to put some mad scientist laboratory stuff in the background.
So say hi. Chloe's here.
Wait a minute. Interesting note about Pinky and the Brain. Brain is obviously a white mouse who, laboratory mouse who they did experiments on. And he ended up to being a genius. He actually has pink-colored eyes. Pinky, on the other hand, is obviously a lab experiment gone wrong, and he has blue eyes. So that I found really funny when I was doing them, that they actually have colored eyes.
Unteachable.
All right, so we're going to draw Pinky the Brain, and then we're going to leave some room in the background to draw some mad scientist laboratory stuff. All right, we're going to start with Pinky. Over on this side of the page. Pinky's going to be tall. So start to, really with the power, start to lay out how you're going to draw it. In your head, imagine a big oval is going to be over here, and that'll be Pinky. And a shorter, fatter oval down here is going to be the brain. And that kind of tells you where to go on the page. What we'll do is we'll start with the nose.
We always start with the nose.
Well, it's a good reference point, and it's an easy one. And a lot of things spin off of it. So what you do with the nose is you're just going to draw an oval that's off a little bit to the side, leaning over. Does that make sense? You reading the comments?
Matt says, can I hold my paper up to the monitor and trace?
If you got a tracing paper, you can put it up to the monitor. That's fine. A side note, all kidding aside, tracing is a way of learning. So if you really are into drawing and you want to draw better, tracing is completely acceptable. As long as you don't make it your work, what you're doing is learning where the lines go. Last comment I saw was Dunkin' Donuts. Are you keeping up on comments? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we've got Pinky's nose. Put another little oval inside right there. That's going to be the gleam. Now, his eyes are two ovals. It's funny because I draw these things this way, and then I go and I look at these traditional art stuff, and I find they're doing it the same way. So, ready? We're going to do an oval straight up for eye number 1. Come down, but don't close it off completely. Leave it a little open.
I think my nose is not.
Your nose is fine.
I don't think it's the right shape.
You have an adorable nose. So from his nose, we're going to draw a second oval next to it. You remember, it's going to be a little further back, so make it a little bit smaller. So if you've drawn with this before, you don't want to go up the same size as the oval, then they're going to look like they're side by side. So for perspective, you want it to get a little bit smaller by going behind.
In the 90s, guess who was there for the grand opening of the first one that opened up in Kirkwood back in 2000?
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts he's talking about?
Donuts, yeah, I love Dunkin' Donuts.
Finish that oval off down here, okay? Pinky's eye pupils are usually together. So put them together on the inside of the... it makes them look cute, I guess. Or confused. Probably confused would be the correct emotion. Okay? Then from here, we've got the rest of his nose, okay? It's just a little crescent, just below the ovals. It's just supposed to be part of his snout, I guess, And we'll draw that snout right now. From the center of his nose here, you're going to come down. You're going to go down like this, almost like we're making a triangle shape here, because then you're going to come back up, but you don't want to make straight lines. You want to round it a bit. So you're almost making a little bend here that makes a triangle shape. And then randomly stuck out in those 2 points are his 2 teeth. Like Goofy or other characters like that are similar in personality, the wonky teeth are supposed to make them look a little cuter. A little back crescent right there at the end of his smile. Now what makes Pinky is his cheek, all right? So from right here, we're going to swing around. We're going to go parallel to that smile you just drew like that and go to his snout. Okay? Now you can close the oval of his eye. I was worried that that line might collide, so. Ready to do a pinky ear? Ready for a pinky ear. See the oval of his eye? He's got a big ear like that. That's even a little bit bigger. But you're just going to have to follow along with me. You're going to start with a big oval and go up. Then you're going to come back down. Stop right there. The reason is he has a little... why the animators thought this was important. He has a little tuft of hair in his ear like an animal would. So you're just going to put a little dink and come down. A dink? I'm not sure what a dink is in the art world, but that would be a dink. From the top of his ear, come around and go down his ear. Now we're going to get to his head. His head is a series of spiky little tops. Winchels. Where's Winchels? One little spiky, two little spiky, three little spiky. It's his hair. And then you're going to come down to his eye.
So hard to draw this backwards.
Oh, because...
Don't worry about me.
And then just put a little half crescent over his eyes, because he always has an open eye expression. Surprise, probably.
I can do a really good monkey, because that's what it looks like.
It actually does look a bit like a monkey. Not bad. All right, today we'll be drawing monkey in the brain.
That's what it looks like.
So if you pay attention.
Yeah, see?
It kind of does look like a monkey. You should draw a monkey.
More than yours.
I know. Okay, so I think his snout had to be a little bit longer, but again, I'm drawing sideways. Bear with me. All right, neck. You guys know how to draw a neck by now.
Louis said Merry Christmas.
2 crescents. Merry Christmas, though. All right. From this part of the neck, we're going to do an arm. So go down, over, up. And we need a line parallel to that. This is his forearm. There's his upper arm there. Come down, go up and around. This is the start of his hand. He's got his hands clasped together in a lot of pictures. It seems to be a gesture he does.
Same difference.
Pinky,
I know.
monkey in the brain. Give me sausages. Everybody loves to make sausages. 3 fingers. All right, here's the thumb of his other hand. Makes no sense what you're looking at right now until we put it all together. But these are 3 fingers. This is his hand. He's clasping his hands together. And he does that all the time, and I don't know why. Body. All right, so just bring a line straight down here.
But we don't have any up here.
Go through like that. Bring it down and around there.
I hate hands. I can't do hands.
Hands are easy. Rule number 1 on drawing hands, guys. Draw what they're doing, then they'll make sense. Here's his other arm. That's all you need. His shoulder and everything is behind here. Your monkey is fine. It's a really cute face, though. It's a great cartoon face.
Oh, I like him. It just doesn't look like...
Pinky. It'll look more like Pinky when Brain's standing next to him, trust me. All right, here's his leg. Give me a little bit of a crescent there. Then backwards crescent. And then swoop out to a big, mousy-looking foot. There's nothing sophisticated about his foot.
And there's still a couple of...
Leg goes up like that.
By Tom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're down south. When we lived down south, we had them, but I just don't have them here.
If you're drawing Pinky's feet right and legs right, he will essentially look like a kangaroo.
Great, now I'm drawing a kangaroo.
And now bring his body up to there. Well, I'm just saying his feet and legs are like, his legs and feet are like way out of proportion to the rest of him as far as length goes. So here's his knee, like you did here, but it's behind him. Perspective. Here's his body, so here's his other knee. Drop down, come out, and give me some kangaroo feet. Same thing, just a couple toes. And then bring it back up. So for a tail, just have fun. 2 parallel lines, swing them around, end it a little bit smaller than you started. It's a mouse tail. There's nothing sophisticated about a mouse tail.
Yeah, my legs are horrible. I'm not paying attention to you, so...
Gotcha. All right, he needs another ear if he's going to be a mouse. So just finish it out with an ear that looks a little bit like the one that was on the other side. Well, even my Pinky was better the first time. Why don't you work off the drawing?
Oh, no, because I don't have to just draw.
What do you mean just draw? Trace it on the monitor. What is that Matt said? Trace it on the monitor.
Go give me your light box. I'll be fine.
Brain. When we draw brain, Pinky will make more sense. So if your Pinky doesn't look, try and take over the world. Exactly. Pinky will look more like Pinky when you draw in brain. So from right about Pinky's neck, because brain is much smaller, we're going to draw brain. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to draw his forehead. His forehead is a big, oversized oval. It's supposed to be his really huge brain. So starting right here, draw a big oval and come around. And everything looks weird on the brain until you're done. Then the brain starts to make sense.
Yeah.
Okay? Since we're over here, let's give him an ear. Don't make it as big as Pinky's or as round. For some reason, his ears are a little more pointy and probably a little bit more realistically mouse-like. From the
They're supposed to both be mouse, right?
bottom,
Right?
yeah, they're both mice, lab mice, little white
Yeah,
lab
that's
mice.
what I thought.
From the bottom of this oval, you're going to draw, this is his forehead that's looming up here, this big thing. So you're going to draw a little oval here. That's for his nose. And then instead of drawing an oval, draw a half circle for his eyes. 1 and 2. And don't worry if it looks mean, because that's the way brain always looks. Not mean, but deep in thought. He's not mean. He just wants to take over the world. 2 pupils. Put him a little bit to this side, and he'll be looking at you. Because we've got his head turned a little to this side. So if you bring the eye pupils over this way, he's looking at you. Now, here's the most complex thing on the brain, probably, is the mouth. And it's not really that difficult. You're basically drawing an oval back up to the nose, but you have to interrupt drawing an oval. But I want you to stop right about there. Because we have to give him that frowny lip. Okay? So the frowny lip is really just a big tube like that. Okay? And then we can finish off. It's more a squished oval, his head. Now, he also has jowls, because this is all based on Orson Welles. So you're going to come around. Okay, and that's where you get the voice from the brain. And then you're going to do some ziggities. This is actually, on the character, this is in white, but I think this is to give him, like, eyebrows. Like this, he's all white. But there's this line work in here, and I think the animators did that to give, like, the deep furrowed brow look of somebody who's deep in thought. And then his other cheek is the same thing, very jowl-like, sticking out to the side there. From the oval, you're going to go out to make an ear like this, but it's going to be bigger because it's closer. Okay? And then you're going to swing around and stop right about there. We're going to do the same thing we did with Pinky's ear on this side, but in reverse. We're going to come down. We're going to stop for a second, flick up for a little bit of fur, and come down. And then just connect it to his head. Now, this is the thing that people sometimes screw up on, and that's why I always try to tell you where to place things on the page. We are now actually in very good position to fit his body in so that he's standing at the same level as... When you first start drawing, sometimes somebody ends up in the air or somebody ends up below the ground. That's fine. You just pick it up as you go. Don't ever start trying to draw from the feet up because you're trying to place things. You'll learn where to place things in time. So right from the center of his chin, you're going to go down at an angle and over. Very close to the ground where his feet are going to be. He's a very low-shaped character. Everybody see? Yeah, good. We're on the screen. All right, he has very short legs and more mouse-like. I'm telling you, Pinky looks like a kangaroo more than anything else. Just draw out little mouse feet, make a little sausage, okay? Add a little one there, whatever. Come right back, go right back up. Very short feet. We're going to draw his other leg. Come down, same level, go out, and give a couple little sausages for feet. Nothing fancy. Now go up and back over.
Is it
me
okay if Brain has a broken foot? Because that's what it looks like.
2 arms. He's got his arms behind him, folded behind him, because he's thinking. So it's really just 2 parallel lines like that. Probably should be a little bit fatter.
To fix it.
There, he's a little fatter. He's fat, he's just stout. Now, bizarrely enough, the brain has a tail that wiggles back like a corkscrew. So, makes some swirls to it. Pinky's pretty much looks like it lays flat or swiggles around, but his has a little twist to it. Okay, so you've got Pinky and the brain.
Yeah.
Pinky should look like a kangaroo. Brain should look like some mad scientist experiment gone wrong. It's 9:50. So what you need to do now is put them in the lab. All right, you want to do a scientific laboratory, right? And you want to do like space weapons and world domination weapons. So let's start with Pinky's ear, right off behind Pinky's. Never connect the line in the background to the character on a simple cartoon drawing like that, because this gives you that fade effect. This gives you the effect that they're not attached. So let's just draw a big rectangle like this, okay? And again, don't touch Pinky with it.
I'm not drawing a background.
Huh?
I'm not drawing a background.
That's fine. Give me a little angled line like this. One on the top, one on the bottom. 2 crescents. Leave them open-ended. We're playing with science fiction here. So 2 crescents. 2 crescents, getting a little smaller, getting a little smaller. Okay, and what this is going to be is like one of these fancy satellite ray guns. Give it a little circle on the end. Okay, we're going to continue here. It's kind of like a telescope. So it's going to have that kind of shape for the barrel. Let's give it a mounting. So a circle right there. Okay, and then it would be on some kind of a stand. You don't have to get too fancy. It's just to give them a little bit of background. We're going to write on there. Ray. This is a world domination ray. See? You can put little cables, okay, where it plugs in. Now, they always seem to have, I guess it's like a dome, like a planetarium or something. I guess they're space kind of dome. So you can give them a domed roof by doing crescents that come closer together as they go up. Okay. And that'll give you the effect that they're in a domed ceiling. Just make them closer here and wider down here. And then if you want to give that effect, finish it out with a big crescent down there. Okay? And you can put all kinds of things in your lab. You can put equipment like, here, just have fun. Put in a box for a minute. Put a circle in it, okay? Then put some cross hatching in it like this, okay? Then you put a little dial on it. My favorite is slides. Slides are fun. So let's make these slides. Put 3 little things, but then give them a little track that they slide up and down on. And those are to adjust the power or something like that. So you can do all kinds of little machiny things like that in their science lab. All right? Here's the reference picture of how it should look if you're not drawing sideways. All right, so for Pinky, you've got the nose, the clasped hands, and the big feet. Those are his elements. For the brain, you have the deep furrowed brow, the grumpy face. Their feet are pink, okay? Pink, as are their tails. I forgot our
You
color.
didn't tell me I could color.
You can color. Pink tails. You like the coloring part, don't you?
I do like the coloring part.
I wonder why, because you're a color. So the inside of their ears are pink. Okay. Now here's the brain has pink eyes. Okay. I think to make him look a little more evil. Pinky has blue eyes, which makes no sense. Because they're white mice, I think they put color in their eyes, full color in their eyes. So go ahead and go get. And then they both have these bright red noses. All right, and sometimes the colors help. And you can do it as you go. Sometimes the colors help you define the character and make the character look right so that you feel comfortable going on.
Wow. Share my monkey and the bad brain.
You guys are going to rack up the health insurance.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
that is a Pinky and the Brain. Here's Kerry's bad brain and a monkey.
Really does look like a monkey.
Wait, you guys see it? It does look like a monkey's face, doesn't it?
I know,
It
like
looks.
his snout.
It looks like a great Disney character,
His nose, yeah, his nose big enough.
but it looks like it could be a Disney character, but it's Monkey in the Brain.
Well, the bad brain.
And the bad brain, well, he's just a little tall.
Thank you so much for drawing and watching with us. Please like, comment, and share if you had fun.